All right, well, temperatures are rising, and with the 3-day weekend approaching, thousands are headed to the lake.
But even with Lake Mead rising, there's still some safety concerns. 8 News Now reporter Ryan Matthew takes a dive into those problems.
Well, it's a relatively calm day on Lake Mead right now, but these waters are expected to fill with hundreds of more boaters coming this Memorial Day weekend. And even with rising water levels, safety concerns still linger both above and below the surface. The Lees are ending a week-long boating trip.
I try to stay away from everybody.
Right before the wave of new boaters and activities Gary Lee says they bring.
They're pulling a double tube behind them, and they were crashing into each other. So it's like, it looks pretty dangerous to me.
If they're drinking while operating a vessel.
Rangers like Alberto Flores will be out in droves looking for drunk drivers, unsafe boat operations, and making sure everyone who's required to wears one of these. If they resist,
They could potentially face fines and or their time in Lake Mead to end at that point.
and in the most unlikely of places, hoses like this used for brush fires on the shore and fueling mishaps on the water.
Little tiny islands that are kind of cropping up.
What Lake Mead Recreation Area Superintendent Justin Pattinson says is still a concern, even as water is 3 feet higher than this time last year. But a larger concern, drowning, he says. Over 40 in the last 6 years here. The most recent, a 44-year-old man in September wearing no life jacket.
And they're quickly blown out further into the lake. If they don't have a life jacket on, those can result in significant injuries, sometimes in death.
And even in water just up to your waist, the Forest Service recommends everybody wear a life vest, though if on a boat, it's not required by federal law unless you're 13 years of age and younger. Reporting at Lake Mead, Ryan Matthew, 8 News Now.
Ryan, thank you. Now, the Park Service has most pool toys not allowed in the lake contribute to the drownings that you heard about. Those that are allowed must be approved by the United States Coast Guard. Also, 5 launch ramps on the lake are now all open.